Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a look and see how this Naga here performs. This is the Razer Naga 2014 edition. And let's see how it handles in the game. I guess let's go out here and see how she does.
That was just a taste! My hatred is too low. I need more hatred to do that.
So, pretty much all I'm using is the numbers on the side of the mouse, the 1 to 12, which we've seen we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they were a lot different. They're slightly different laid out than the old one. It took a while, like when you thought you were hitting 2, you were actually pressing 5, and they kind of got like a curve feel to them, so you'll feel for the flat one, which is where the 1 and 2 used to be, but they're curved now, the top and the bottom ones. So once you get used to that and the slightly fatter shape of this mouse, it is a very comfortable mouse to play. Very responsive. You can see every time we press, we actually roll. And all the buttons aren't worn out like that old one. Yeah, it seems to works good. Do one more pull here, and then we'll zoom on out for a look at it. And we'll compare the differences big time. So far with this mouse, I like it. I haven't really found anything that I don't like now that I'm used to the new feel, compared to the old Naga that I had, which lasted me, pretty much 5 years, 4 or 5 years at least. And yeah, I'm hoping for the same from this one. Alright.
I am returning to town.
So that'll about do it for the in-game section. And now we'll go to an actual look at the product itself. So see you in a minute. Alright, so here we are with our two Nagas side by side, where we have the old one here and the new one here, and straight off the bat you can tell there's a whole new profile change. Now this one does look a lot more comfortable. It really was comfortable, but once getting used to the new one, it feels like you don't have to hold it as tight in your hand. It just fits a little more better, if that makes sense, whereas this one was it would fit a smaller hand better, but this one fits a larger size hand better. It feels a lot more comfortable in my hand, whereas this one you kind of gotta just kind of all disappears in there. Okay, so what are some of the changes? Well, if you flip them over and look at the bottom of the old one here, you see we have the switch right here, and what that would do was switch you from 1, 2, 3, or 4 at the top to the number pad for your side buttons here. So if you had a macroable keyboard where you could profile your number pad, you'd be using that. Or if you're playing something like Warcraft and you just had your powers 1 to 12, up on the top there, whereas 12 counts as like the plus and the minus, 11 and 12 and 10's a 0. You can you could use it that way. Whereas this one, you don't have that option. It's just the 1 to 12 keys on the side. You can still go into the Razer software, and what you can do there is you can like program different buttons on the top here for different things. Now what else is different is the wheel. The wheel on the new one is not as stiff. This one's a little more stiff. This one moves a little bit more freely. But the new wheel, you can also add it as a tilt click. You know, you can program it for side to side, like if you press it that way or that way, it'll do something for you, which is nice. And some different features here. We had 2 buttons on the side there. Those have been moved to right here under the scroll wheel. Put the cord out of the way if you can see that right there. I haven't really programmed them yet. You know, if I was playing Diablo, you know, one of these would be my heel. You know, if I was playing Warcraft, you know, one of them would be hop on a mount. You know, just stuff like that you can do with those. What else we got to say here? Let's take a look at the sides. Try to get them evenly lined up. So I don't know if this is going to show up very good, but you can see how these ones are angled different than these ones, which took a lot of getting used to because they were different. They weren't far off, but it still made a difference. You would hit, you know, 5 instead of 2 half the time, or you wouldn't even reach 3 because you'd be used to the way your hand was held in the old one. But once you get used to it, it's good. Do I like this product? I love this product. I'm really hoping this mouse lasts as long as the last one did, and if it does, I'll be stoked. It's well worth the money. You know, these are anywhere between 89 to 100 bucks a piece. Yeah. And I guess now what we'll do is dive in and take a look at the software for the mouse. So stick around and we'll be right back with that. Alright, and welcome back, and here's a look at our gaming mouse software. Now this all syncs up to a cloud, so if you're going over to a friend's house, or if you got a laptop and you just want to swap your mouse over to the laptop, you have this installed on your laptop too, and you just log in with your email address and password, and it will download all the profiles to the cloud. So what you can do here is, as I haven't really made anything yet, but what you will do is you can make a profile, then you name your profile, and then here's where you program your buttons. The scroll click, mouse button 4, mouse button 5, scroll up, scroll down, and then 8 and 9. You know, you don't have to leave these for in-game configurations. You can click that and you can turn this into whatever default key you want. So that's that. What else do we got here? This is customize. Go to performance. You can enable the sensitivity to however you want it, the acceleration, the polling. You can invert the axis if you know you like things backwards. And then in here you can come in here and make macros, you know, and you can like put delays, like if you have certain powers that take certain amount of times, you know, you can just do that. What's next here? Add-ons. Yes, add-ons here. I didn't really like the add-on. I haven't tried a newer version, but enabling the add-on, it'll pull up little power bars, you know, in games like Warcraft and certain other games. I can't remember what else it has it built in for. It's got 2 or 3 of them. But I've tried it a little bit back with the old one, but I still use different add-ons over it. Lighting, you can turn your lighting on or off. You know, if you want the scroll wheel light off, the thumb grid off, or you can turn the logo off and maybe just have the thumb grid and the wheel, or I'll just leave them all on. They've never burnt out on the old one. As you can see, it's still going. And what else do we have here? Calibration. So this is just surface calibration. You know, I find I've never had to adjust anything really here yet, but you know, if you can do it, you can turn it on. Let's just see what happens. On, select a mat, I'll just go with this. Oh, that feels way more smooth. Yeah, so you can calibrate it pretty much any type of mouse pad you want, or you have, and it just smooths it way out. Look at that. Alright. Well, that about wraps it up for this review. I hope this helps you in picking a mouse. What would I say about this mouse? Go for it. You know, if it's in your budget, you know, it's not over that $100 mark, but it's not a really cheap, crappy made mouse. It's just an all-around decent mouse for everything. And there's not really much more to say about it. So what I'll do is I'll put a link to where I got it from and how much it was and all that good stuff in the box below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more great reviews.